Some people say that perfection doesn't really exist. They say the Greeks couldn't quite build it, that Da Vinci never really painted it. James Hilton had to invent Shangri-La. Well, just the same, we all go on looking for it. And a few, a very few, claim they've actually found it. Here. The great French navigator Bougainville described it. He wrote, "Nature has placed it in the best climate of the universe, embellished it smilingly, enriched it with all its gifts, covered it with handsome inhabitants, tall and strong. She herself dictates their laws. They follow them peacefully and form perhaps the happier society which exists on the globe. Legislators and philosophers come here to see established what in your imagination you have not dreamed of." The land he was describing was Tahiti. Finding this paradise hasn't always been easy. It's far removed from our so-called civilization, and Tahiti might still be out of our reach were it not for the efforts of daring, pioneer travel agents. Then came the breakthrough, the first jet. They finally got it all together, and now your Tahiti dream trip is a piece of cake on any one of a number of major airlines. Once you're here, there are several local carriers that fly daily to neighboring islands. Air Polynesia, Air Tahiti, and Tahiti Air Tour Service. The flight operations center at the big new jet port at Papeete called Fa'a'a. You'll love the quaint native customs. A few minutes from the airport is the capital, Papeete, and the time of your life. Don't worry about accommodation. You can forget the old days when you lived either under a tree or off it. They've made some changes. The Tahara'a is a good example. Fine food and service, and 200 air-conditioned rooms. All the niceties. And a view straight out of Michina. The Maeva Beach Hotel is just down the road, and it's pure luxury. Great food and entertainment. A swimming pool and a lagoon to go along with one of the best white sand beaches in Tahiti. The glass bottom boat is a really spectacular ride. And if you get tired of watching fish, then you can catch them. Tahiti boasts some of the finest sport fishing in the Pacific. For something a bit more intimate, you can check in at the Royal Tahitian, Papeete's Garden Hotel. It's a little like living in a bouquet of flowers. You can dine by the lagoon and enjoy a sparkling beach of black sand. Just around the corner is downtown Papeete and the Kontiki Hotel. First class, of course, with a spectacular sky restaurant overlooking the unique panorama of the Papeete waterfront. Pick up a bargain in any shop. That shell necklace from the pages of Vogue, well, it costs $1 here. you'll like the Tahitians. You've got to admire a people who not only boycotted traffic meters and won, but also found a better use for the poles, for cracking open coconuts. This is our own Tahitian version of the Holiday Inn in Papeete. Tea Nua Nua, rainbow in Tahitian, bridges the luxurious Tahiti Travelogue, which features a combination of classical accommodation with over-the-water bungalows on a lagoon setting with a view across the famed Sea of the Moon. After you've poked around Papeete, treat yourself to a circle tour of the island and discover Tahiti. Point Venus, where Captain Cook erected a monument to commemorate the transit of the planet Venus. Tahiti's countryside is everything the travel posters promise. Unspoiled and endlessly beautiful. And wherever you go, you're welcome. Did you ever visit a coconut plantation, family owned and operated? Fresh off the trees, it's a different taste altogether. Poverty and hunger are literally unknown in Tahiti. Everything you need here grows on a tree or swims in the lagoon. Bring your lunch on the tour. The island is one big picnic site. And the water is so pure, it never needs treatment. And neither will you. These just may be the best oranges in the world, and they taste all the better because they're so hard to come by. These beauties grow wild, high in the mountain mists. It's a 3-day trip on foot to bring them down to the town, and it's well worth it. In some ways, the Tahitians are just like the rest of us. They go to church in their Sunday best. During your tour, you can wander in the Botanical Gardens and visit the place where Gauguin lived. There's a Gauguin Museum here devoted entirely to his works. Tahiti abounds with magnificent waterfalls. One of the favorite hotels here is the Tahiti Village. There's entertainment, a really beautiful white sand beach, and excellent food. You might like to take an excursion into the nearby valleys. An extraordinary experience. Don't leave your clubs at home. Tahiti is one of the best golf courses in the South Pacific. But what Tahiti has most of is beauty and color everywhere. As the sun goes down, Papeete comes alive. Night clubbing, dining, dancing, you name it. Papeete has it. Another day, another island. Beautiful Moorea shimmers on the horizon just off Tahiti. 5 minutes away by plane, a little longer by boat, across waters that resemble Easter egg dyes. And into fabulous Cook's Bay. Your boat docks at the entrance to the lovely Aimeo Hotel. There are several excellent hotels here. The Moana Moorea. The Moorea village. You can dine over the water at the Mahana village, or at the exotic Kia Ora Moorea, the Maui Beach, the Moorea Lagoon, the Bali High, or if you want your Shangri-La on a shoestring, there's a Club Mediterranee on Moorea too, where there's everything from discotecking to horseback riding. Great food and plenty of it. At sundown, you can stroll back to the Aiameo Hotel for entertainment and a genuine native feast. At dawn, you're off on an unforgettable tour of Tahiti's sister islands. Mystical Raiatea lies 100 miles from Papeete and is believed to be the cradle of Polynesian culture. Its population is a mere 6,500, and most of them lovely. Visitors at the Bali High Hotel get a warm welcome, including a one-gun salute. And the natives are friendly. Imagine, if you can, a serenity so deep that even the birds know no fear. You can walk up and pet them. They won't fly away. Among its many attractions, Raiatea offers the only river cruise in the Society Islands. Here, almost everything grows on trees, including kids. As night falls, you can witness one of the world's great mysteries, firewalking. A ceremony which has been practiced for thousands of years. The firewalkers always emerge from the red-hot coals unscathed, and no one knows how or why. After the firewalk, you can stroll down the beach with your lady fair and await the dawn. According to local legend, there's a rare flower that grows only on the mountaintop of Raiatea, and it blooms only at dawn, and only in the presence of true. If you don't find it, well, too bad. Go to Huahine and recover from your disappointment at the Bali High. Then visit the open-air museum. Go to Rangiroa in the Tuamotu Islands. Stay and dine at the Kia Ora village, or go to the island that many travelers believe is the most beautiful in all the world, fabled Bora Bora. It is so lovely that people have been known to burst into tears at first sight of it. From the new Bora Bora airport, it's only a 10-minute ride by speedboat. But a travel tip. If you come by chartered plane, have your pilot buzz the village. That signals the boat to come and pick you up. Remember, no buzz, no boat. Bora Bora is so picturesque, it seems to have been designed by MGM for a John Hall movie. The Hotel Bora Bora. First-class accommodations, superb French cuisine. For skin diving, the Bora Bora Lagoon is probably unsurpassed anywhere in the world. How about a private picnic? Very private. In fact, you can have your own island if you want to, one to a customer. Just see the desk clerk. You can be back at the hotel in time for a drink on the veranda. The sunset is pure Gauguin. When it's time for you to leave the island, you'll feel better about it if your return to Papeete happens to coincide with the July celebration of Bastille Day. They shut the island down and turn the people on. The highlight of the celebration is the spear throwing competition held in a pasture. A questionable choice. Tensions run high. There are last-minute adjustments to equipment. The target is a coconut. What else? And they've been pitching these spears for so many generations, they're perfect at it. Well, nearly perfect. Included in the pageant is a solemn and colorful reenactment of the enthronement of a Tahitian king of the old days. Did you ever see a fruit race? In its early days, this event wasn't quite as exciting, just routine competition, and the public yawned. Then they upped the prize to a keg of rum. The celebration immediately got better, and it's been a winner ever since. And the dancers are everywhere. Some people claim they're too sensuous, that the dancers are downright dirty. Well, maybe. There are throttle jockeys, palm frond weavers, and coconut choppers. These fellas are so good they never miss. Well, almost never. There are peddlers and paddlers. Bastille Day is the biggest celebration in Tahiti, and it's always standing room only. From all over the world, they come to Papeete. It's always party time, and everybody's welcome aboard. Sooner or later, everything comes to an end, including your visit to Tahiti. Now, nobody wants to leave. That's why the government insists you have a two-way ticket when you come here. But don't let it get you down. Like everybody else, you'll find a reason to return. Tahiti, they say, is a kind of delightful malady that lightens the head and races the blood. Of these fabled islands, Henry Miller wrote, "There have been several places I wanted badly to see before I die. Now it is too late. I know I shall never set foot in Lhasa, Mecca, or Timbuktu. Nor, alas, will I ever get to Tahiti. Tahiti has always been the earthly paradise. Small, but containing all sorts of wonderful things, to say nothing of the inhabitants themselves. They have given so much to the French. If it were beauty alone, it would be sufficient. But the Tahitians taught the whole Western world what the art of living is like. The amazing thing is that now that Tahiti is open to tourists from all over the world, the people remain intact, unspoiled. Better than seeing a psychoanalyst is seeing Tahiti.